Hey guys, Alex Subhuman here with United-POP Melbourne. Today we're going to take a look at this sound, a slightly more advanced sound, and some weird madness. Today we're going to be taking a look at FM synthesis. WOMP. What is FM synthesis? FM synthesis is the process of taking the frequency of one waveform and modulating the frequency of another. Rather than oscillators, for FM, your voices will be called operators. The operators will send their frequency to modulate a carrier. Generally speaking, your operators will have their volume turned down, and only the carrier synth is the one heard. Alright, you'll usually want to start your carrier as a very basic waveform. And the most basic waveform there is a sine wave. We're going to put on another oscillator now, and we're going to turn the level off. We're now going to route FM from oscillator 2 into oscillator 1 by this little section here. FM from oscillator 2. And let's bring up the FM now. Whoa! At the moment, we have two waveforms that are the same pitch. And that's not very exciting. Where FM gets fun is where you change the pitch of the operator. So let's add the LFO to control the amount of FM being added. So we'll start at 0, and then the LFO is going to go up to halfway. You can see that with the green line there. Vital is very nice like this for visual learning.
Oh, hello.
We have invented dubstep. We can change the characteristic of the sound with the LFO. So a very quick ramp up in FM and slowly down. You can add a bit of curve to smooth it out. Or you can go the other way, create a ramp up effect. So this is going to be your basic FM sound. We can go up a lot more in semitones to create some interesting sounds. So yeah, sound very heavily used in dubstep and bass house and those kind of genres. Next step, let's add on a filter. You can hit a filter taking off those higher frequencies. Okay, I want to use LFO1 to control the frequency position of the filter. Get more of a wow sound. If you hang around long enough, you're going to hear me make some very strange noises with my mouth. So this is the filter opening up with the LFO. Or another nice way to change the ADSR of your sound is using the LFO to control the volume. So we can chuck it on level, turn the level down. Cool. I'm going to put on some distortion. Alex loves his distortion. Chuck the drive up. And we're going to use the same LFO to control the mix of that distortion. So distortion off, and then it wants to turn on with the LFO. So we're getting a little touch of that soft clipping distortion at the beginning of the sound, and it fades back towards the end. Let's chuck on another oscillator. FM synthesis, what do we call it? That's right, we call it an operator. Ooh, let's turn the volume of this one off, sine wave. Send this to oscillator 2. So oscillator 2 is being FM'd from oscillator 3, and then oscillator 2 is sending that frequency modulation to oscillator 1. It's a bit of a waveform centipede.
Stop it.
So you could find a set point there that you enjoyed. We can use the same LFO to control the amount over time. Let's try 3 octaves higher, 36. Cool. Let's add some additional voices to oscillator 2. Check this out. Whoa, stereo. Cool. Chuck on our effects, and then we'll go down to reverb this time. I really enjoy taking these more abstract sounds and then placing them into weird rooms. It's a little bit too much. So what I'm going to do is create a new LFO. We'll take LFO 2, put it to the mix. Mix down, and then we're going to put up the amount over time this way. It starts with no reverb, and then the reverb wetness is added in over time. Ooh. Very cool. I'm going to chuck this one down to a 12. This one up. Let's experiment with changing the waveforms now. So let's put this to a sawtooth. Ooh. And change this one to a sawtooth. Well, I like that. Adding in some really nice harmonics in when I increase the amount of FM being added into number 2. Excellent. We can do some more interesting things by chucking on our sampler. White noise, level down. Use the same LFO onto the level. Just a touch. Just to add a little bit of... Take another LFO and put it onto pan. I want the white noise to flutter from side to side. Jump into our matrix, a bipolar. Let's go faster so we get more of a flutter. A little touchy egg handy that's not necessarily a focal point in the sound, but if you listen on good speakers or headphones, you'd be like, ooh, what's that? Other things I like to do, change the filter type to dirty, because you know I love my soft clipping sounds. Drive that filter up. Let's experiment with opening up the filter a bit. You're going to have a lot of fun just playing around with the resonance and the filter frequency. Let that bad boy open up. Get some screaming. Ooh, yeah. Take away the resonance and then bring the filter up higher. Bit of an angry sound. Alrighty guys, that's it for today. If you want to learn any more synthesis techniques, just leave a comment below and let me know what you are after. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.